Let it go. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, and here we are on What's Up Wednesday. Let's give it up. Hey, I might need these on, y'all. Now I can hear the clapping. What's going on? It's your guy, G, the number one Cowboy fan, coming at you live, direct, and correct with some Mo news. That's what I said. Mo news, M-O news, that you can use. And yeah, welcome to the Cowboy Huddle Podcast. Let's give it up one more time. Yeah, but I know it's been a minute, man. We it's quiet. It's nothing but crickets. But what I tell you all the time, I say I don't come with filler. I come with content, and that's what we're doing tonight. We're coming with some more content that I need everybody to join us tonight on these subjects. So before I go on, I got to bring everybody on that's already on. So here they are. Bam! All right, let's give it up for Fleabug and PR Cowboys. They're in the house tonight. All right, how y'all doing? Everybody okay tonight?
Good. Happy pre-4th of July.
Happy July 3rd. Some of y'all know what July 3rd is all about out here in the DFW here. If y'all know, y'all might be there tonight. Yeah. COMO. Ooh, give it up. Big shout out to Como. I might make that parade in the morning. I think I'm going to parade in the morning. So here we are. Yeah, Pete, what's going on with you, brother? You all right tonight?
Yeah, man. We just been waiting for some news to pop off, and I've been watching you. You've been killing it on these interviews, man. Good job on these interviews you've been doing on this Monday Night Mic. So loving it, man. Yeah.
So before we get started, y'all, we got to go ahead and do what we do, our due diligence, and give credit where it's credit's due. So, Fleabug, we're gonna give Fleabug the honor to do that. Don't you mess this up, girl. Come on, let's go.
Hey, we want to shout out to all our social media groups that share our information. The Cowboy Huddle Podcast on Facebook, Cowboys Fans 365, We Them Boys, 520 Boys, Queens of Honor by Cowboys Fan Club Mexico, Cowboys Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara, Hard Hitters Lifestyle, and our favorite one Star One Family. Thank you to all those groups for sharing our information.
Yeah, okay. I was going to wonder if you could be able to do that. And also, pull that off, and but let's give it up for Fleabug. She is getting very, very comfortable. Like, now they're supposed to be administrator to make sure everything goes, and she just wedging her way right in the middle. You see that PR Cowboy right in between you and I? What the crap is going on?
No, it's just that I feel like I need to come out sometimes and just be seen and not just be behind the scenes. So,
Well, at the call.
I think Gary is like, I don't think he likes me on the show anymore. I think he just likes me being in the background.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, right. PR Cowboy. What? I don't have the sound effects over here, but we'll do it. What?
I got one for you.
Shots fired.
But I'm not going to be on the show. I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July. And of course, the guys, PR Cowboy and the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, is going to take over. And then Chip Game Sports will be on later. But bye, everybody. I'm in the background. If y'all don't see me,
Oh, stop. Yeah, you here now. You're not going to make me the bad guy. You're going to stay your butt over here now. Shoot. Now, we ain't doing that now. You going to throw me out there and throw me in front of that 18-wheeler and then want me to take you off. You on here now, little mama. So anyway, let's go on right on into our promotion that we always do. Let's see if she can pull that one up. See, there we go. Hey, there we are. The Cowboy Huddle Podcast apparel. That's right. We have apparel, folks. We have sports bras. We have crop tops. We have T-shirts in many colors, and we got a new signature line. So you guys get a chance, go to www.cowboyhuddleapparel.com. And again, not what you just see here. We also have other things that's available. So again, get a chance, go to www.cowboyhuddleapparel.com. Let's go. All right. So here we are. What's up, Wednesday? Day before 4th of July. Yeah. I know y'all got things going on, and I think I got something going on. I don't know. It just depends. But Pete, what you got going on? We just going. Let's just talk. What you got going on for
Well,
tomorrow?
tomorrow they got some stuff going on downtown, fireworks stuff, and like a fiesta deal going on here in town. So we're going to hit that tomorrow night and take the wife and the baby out, and just enjoy the day.
Yeah. Yeah, Fleabug, it's been told that you usually go to the strip club on the 4th. Is that true?
Really? You know, okay, so he's got jokes today. I say he's got plenty of jokes today. I am not going to the strip club, you guys. I will be going to the parade in the morning with my grandbabies, and then we're going to hit up Panther Island later on in the day to so that they can run around and play. We were going to go to the water park, but yeah, we're not going to do that because there's too many of them, and it's going to be me and a whole bunch of kids. So we're going to do Panther Island tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to do the parade in the morning.
Okay, that's what's up. All right. Well, let's give it up for the 4th of July.
Hey, what are you doing, G, the number one Hampton fan? What you doing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm probably going go to the parade in the morning. I might go to the parade tonight out there in COMO, if y'all know what I'm talking about. That out there in
It's not a parade tonight. It's just a celebration tonight.
Man, you know what I'm talking about. You might well be a parade thing. I'm lying. But anyway, yeah. Might be out there tonight. If not, we might go out and just get something to eat tonight, and we might turn, Anyway, let's get back here. So, with that being said, now, guys, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we are getting close. We are getting very, very close to training camp, and we need to really go into that. I think I still have it. Let me see if I still have this. But yeah, I want to share this. So let's go over this. Pete, let's look into what this roster. I mean, well, not the roster, but the schedule look like. So let's get into this. And I think I got it here. Let's see. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you could take that training camp down if you don't mind, ma'am. So if you guys wasn't aware, this is where we are when it comes to the Dallas Cowboy training camp. And listen, now this is the schedule for Oxnard, California. Now. Again, you're getting this from the Cowboy Huddle podcast, G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton. So you heard it first. So listen, Oxnard, California, they're going to be residing in Residence Inn at River Ridge, 2101 West Vineyard Avenue. So this is where the Cowboys are going to be. Man, let me tell you something. Oxnard is really nice. It's not really, really big, but it's just an area. It's a nice area to where it's quiet. You have the beach out there. So I'm trying to pick out which day I'm going to go. So with that being said, let's go through here real quick. I guess, Pete, we got enough time to go through this, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the following times, Pacific times, I guess, otherwise noted. So here we are, Thursday, July 25th. Actually, we have open practice on the 25th and 26th. And here we go. And I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to let you guys see what's going on. But we do have the Oxford Fan Night hosted by Visit Oxnard at Collection at Riverport. Now, that's going to be pretty nice. They're going to have the practice at 11:30. And then from 4 to 6, they're going to have the Fan Night as well later on that evening. So that's going to be something. And it also says, put on your best Dallas Cowboy gear and head over to the collection. This is something that the Cowboy Huddle podcast might need to be a part of. But head on over to the collection at River Park Oxnard Fan Night featuring the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Free community event is a chance for fans to see performances by America's sweethearts and an appearance from the Cowboys mascot Rowdy Whippet. Opportunities for photos and autographs and blah 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 blah. So guys, if you decide to go, this is what's going on Friday, July 26th. So also then we got the Saturday, July 22nd is the open ceremony. Here are the times right here. So dress yourself accordingly. But anyway, that's what we got then come Sunday. This is what we got going on. You got a chance to register for the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleader Dance in the clinic at Rio Mesa High School. All right, well, I'm going to keep going on, but there you go, guys. So you have an opportunity to pick the days that you want to go to Oxnard. I strongly suggest that you do take time to visit Oxnard. It's a beautiful place. The weather is great. Oh my gosh, it's great. It's expensive as hell, though. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. The gas is high. Damn near $5 a gallon. Real talk.
He's so crazy.
Okay, so this is something, guys, you might want to see. Now, right here on Tuesday, August 6th, there's an open practice at 11 o'clock. Then coming back Thursday, August 8th at 2 o'clock p.m., there's a scrimmage between the Cowboys and Los Angeles Rams. Now, this is going to be at Oxnard. This won't be at the stadium, but this will be at Oxnard. It'll be a scrimmage. Then they come back on Friday and they open practice. So then Sunday, August 11th, is the first preseason games against the Rams. Now, this is the one I'm thinking about going to. So I'm thinking about if I can get there, this would be a great time. And I know the Vaughns are watching this. So we was talking about this. This might be a great time to go to Oxnard. So if I were to do this, I would go on maybe Wednesday night or early Thursday morning, make the scrimmage. Okay, then you have Friday to go to practice. Then you go from Friday to drive back down to Los Angeles, stay the night, and then on Sunday you go to the first preseason game at 125, and you can buy your tickets right there. So, and then it goes on. Here's the other date that you have. Then you go down to August 17th is the Las Vegas Raiders. So again, I'm not going to go through all these, but this is just kind of so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay. So with that being said, all right, let's give it up for the schedule for the Dallas Cowboys for the preseason. All right, so we're moving right along, but again, so guys, it's been really, really quiet, Pete, and this here kind of got a little fire behind it. This here that might spark some fire, but I don't know if you guys heard about this, but you know the situation with Malik and Micah Parsons, Malik Hook and Micah Parsons, and I don't know. So, and I guess I'm gonna start with you, Pete. What do you think about the situation? And I don't know if I need to go over everything, but you feel pretty familiar with what took place, right?
Yeah. I've been. It's funny, we're on vacation. And I look at my phone, and then you start just getting all this feed and of what's going on, and it's always something with these guys. And this can go back to with the report earlier, right? Of some players, of Michael wearing thin on some players, and we there was a report of that earlier in the off season. So this could, like you said, you heard Malik's words, and you've heard me and Chip express our feelings about Micah also on here about saying the same thing. Is like, man, and I understand Micah under days off, and like I said, it's just a new age from what we're used to, right?
Right.
The players just have so much more control now. It's just not what it, and times have changed. It is what it is. But at the same time, I got a right to be bugged. Malik has a right to be bugged about it. I have a right to be bugged about it. And like I said, we've been wanting that leadership style on the defensive side of the ball. We think Micah can be that, but like you said, I had a guy tell me like, well, Kelsey brothers do a podcast. Yeah, Kelsey brothers got Super Bowls.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Woo! Say that again.
Yeah, Kelsey brothers got Super Bowls, and they show up in day out.
Yeah.
So that's just, like I said, I don't blame Malik for, saying that. Of course, would I like for them just to, keep it in house, but it's just not our way of doing business, right? It's just not the Cowboy way of doing business.
It's public. So here it is, Malik Hooker. If guys, you've been, hadn't been paying attention to media, social media, whatever. So Malik Hooker had had something to say about Micah, which I personally, Pete, I would say, and Fleabug, that I think that he was saying this as a big brother, as an individual that has experienced football versus a guy that still has a big name for himself, and he's growing into this individual that people see him to be. But Malik Hooker is talking in a tone of where it's more the big brother to look brother. So I'm gonna just read this a little bit. He said, "My advice for Michael would be just make sure we are all right. Because if we are at work and the run game is terrible, but you're doing a podcast every week and you know the run game is terrible, then what are you really caring about? Are you caring about the crowd that was watching the podcast, or are you caring about the success of the team and the Super Bowl that we are trying to reach? Give it up. So this is what Malik had to say. Now, and I understand, I know you probably already heard this, but this is the response from Michael. Michael say, just wish you said this to me, but instead on some podcast, and you got my number, family Malik Hooker. And you know, and you my locker mate. So you could have said this any day, and you do realize I shoot the podcast on our off day. Why ain't we talking about everyone's preparation and focus leading up to game week? I mean, I can point out a lot of other things, but I'm just not. You know, and now that he does have a point on that as well. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I got to give it up. We can't go no further. All right. Without further ado, the guy from the East Coast with the most, the biggest Cowboy fan in the world. It is our guy, Chip Game, Sports TV. Give it up.
Salute! You are now rocking with the best Chip Game Sports TV. Right back at it again. In the middle, Cowboys with my main man, he, the number one Cowboy Panhampton, PR Cowboys and Ladybug, please.
Give it up one more time. What's going on with you, Chip? How you doing, my brother?
What's up, my brother from another mother? I am so happy that we're getting closer. We're inching to that time. I'm starting to itch. I got the itches. I'm ready for it. Ready for training camp. Let's get it on. But the stuff that's going on, G, we got to cut some stuff down the middle.
Well, we missed it. Tell us a little bit what you're thinking, brother.
What I'm thinking, what you were just hitting on with Malik Hooker and Micah, from a veteran, I do like what Malik is saying because it's checking a young brother. I think he's about 25 years of age, talking about our super duper star, Micah Parsons, checking him. Look, man, you're doing all of these shows, but meanwhile, folks are running right down the middle. I know you're doing it on your off day. But if you would put some more time in your off day would be your on day. We could stop some folks.
Well, what you got with that, Pete?
Chip hits it right, man. And we talked about it when he was missing some OTAs, right, Chip? We talked about it too. You got a new defensive coordinator, so this just goes back. It's just like an ongoing deal. Yes, you're doing it on your off day, yes, but you're getting there's games where you're not showing up either, and you're still doing the podcast the next week. Like it's just I like I said, I like Malik, checking him for it. That's what we need, some of that on the defensive side of the ball, and that's what I'm just talking about, man. Is we need that. We need these guys to take some kind of accountability. We've been saying that.
And you know what? If we get that accountability popping off, PG, Ladybug, if we get that accountability popping off, this is where you build your championships. We got to begin to build some momentum. Okay, if you're a leader, get in the building. Let your check come later. Okay, I understand you want your money, but you're not even due yet. We still got a whole nother year for you, Micah. Relax. You're going to get paid.
And I think you're so right about that, but we already know that I think Jerry has picked up the 5th-year option. So I think Michael, as far as getting paid, I don't think it's more of a concern to him than it is CeeDee Lamb, but I think Micah is more as far as I'm going to sit back because guess what? I know I'm getting paid. So I think that's his look at it right now. But again, when we talk about Michael Parsons and this podcast, Why haven't we heard anything from him in his podcast in the off season? It's like he's only relevant. This only happens during the season. We don't want to hear you during the season. Now, this is the time you need to be doing your podcast. You can do as much as you want, but when season start, we don't want to hear all that. So that's just how I feel. What are you gonna say, Fleabug?
I think y'all are taking this a little overboard because I don't think that his podcast is affecting his playing. That's just me. And I think that the way he addressed it, that could have been said in the locker room. Like, I don't like the fact that they brought it out on social media like they did. And I don't like the way that I don't like Micah's response to I feel like what Malik said was okay, but Micah's response was a little like his was a little confrontational, like, why didn't you say this to my face? And we could have, I'm your locker pet mate. You could have said this to my face. I feel like Malik was basically trying to give constructive criticism, and Micah was taking it a little too far because he wanted to make it more personal and wanted to turn it into a fight. I just don't like the fact that they're like when the thing was going on with the person, our quarterback, Dak, when they were having the CD and the Dak thing and his mom and all of that. People were saying that should have been handled outside of the media. And I feel like this right here should have been handled outside of the media. But me personally, I don't feel like Micah's podcast is making him play any better or any worse. That's just my personal opinion.
And speaking of that, Flea, did you hear Dak respond to CD's mom on that?
He didn't.
Exactly.
He did not. And that's why I said I feel like Micah should not have responded. Period. He should have just left it alone.
This is where we're seeing the maturity and lack of team leadership right here. You can see it in our quarterback,
right,
but you don't see it in this guy.
Right. Pete, great point, Flea. Great point.
Great point,
I'm sorry to jump on in there, but this is where we see leadership. Leadership says, I heard your comment. Come here, let me talk to you one-on-one. No media, no tweets, no Instagram, no Facebook, no YouTube, no Snapchat, no TikTok. It's me and you. Malik, you said this about me. We sit side by side. I want to be a leader here. What the leader does is speak behind the scenes so we can see the cream rise to the top. In the scenes.
And then, and like you said, leadership. Why aren't the coaches saying anything to him? And I mean, somebody needs to pull them aside and say, "Look, don't air our problems out on social media."
Well, I think it's between two players, and I think where I looked at it is if Malik Hooker was saying, as a big brother to a little brother, hey, he has a lot to get. He got a lot of growth in him. He's, his potentials is there. So he's doing things that, someone that's in their third, fourth year would be doing. But yeah, it's more like Malik Hooker say, I've been there, done that. And I know, what this guy's get. He's young, he's gonna grow up, he's gonna do better and things like that. But again, we got a response out of Micah behind that. So again, when we talk about the maturity level, I think that's where the problem kind of started. But again, we're talking about a podcast. And here's the issue with that. We're talking about Malik. No, I'm still going to say this. Malik is talking about Micah and his podcast, but Malik, you're on a podcast. Okay? So, Malik, be careful what you say, because when you say that, here you are taking out time of your schedule and you're on a podcast. I mean, does that make sense? So
I think with
Malik, I'm just looking at both sides.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, G, but Malik's here in the off season, not in the middle of the season during a run. That's where I think the difference lies. And like Fleabug said, like you said too, he's talking as a big brother, and then you get a tantrum thrown by Micah Parsons responding. So that's the difference. You can see the difference in the responses of how things work there. And that's where I have my questions about Micah here. The questions begin to pile on until he answers those during the season and into the postseason.
That's good. That's good. So again, and that's the thing, man. And this is the kind of stuff that we're hearing right now. Because we're at a situation right now, man, and we're gonna move on to this next topic. And dude, I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm hearing crickets. And the uncertainty looms, man. So, and I'm gonna read this off, and this from the Cowboys Wire. Credit goes to them, but we have to talk about this, man. And I'm gonna let you guys kind of elaborate on this and what you guys think. So it says, as the Cowboy gear up for training camp in Oxnard, an air of uncertainty looms over the festivities. Star players like quarterback Dak Prescott and receiver CeeDee Lamb are deep in contract negotiation, with Lamb reportedly considering a trade demand if his terms aren't met. On the sidelines, a recent report may suggest Cowboys owner Jerry Jones went against head coach Mike McCarthy in their search for a new defensive coordinator. As the world turns, compounding the tensions, whispers of potential trades involving key players like Micah Parsons and even Prescott himself are circulating. So, guys, this is where we are. I'm gonna start with you, Chip. I just gave you the uncertainty that looms. What are we doing? What direction are we headed? And how are we going to fix this problem? You got the floor, brother.
Well, number one, I hope we're in a direction of winning. What we see now doesn't really reflect that. But I guarantee you, Jerry Jones is happy. He's very happy that there is some chatter out there. This is what he does. He likes stuff to spin. Now, with the uncertainty that's looming, we got these contracts that are due. And I just really wish that Jerry would, Stephen, whoever, Will McClay, whoever it is, would look at the fact that if we would go ahead and sign Dak, you would free yourself up $20 million for your cap space, right? So you got $20 million cap space. If you would then go ahead and sign CeeDee Lamb, you would gain $10 million on your salary cap. So if you sign your quarterback, if you sign your wide receiver, 2 all pros, I gotta say, might I add, if you go ahead and sign those 2, you got $30 million. Hello, Micah. So stuff can be, now we got to look at next year though, right? But we got all of these Netflix, Prime TV, whoever it is, NFL, Sunday Ticket, that's going to gain revenue for the NFL in this next year with the bargaining agreement. You're going to gain money anyway, right? So you're going to earn money on your team. But if you sign those 2 studs, you got 30 mil. Then go ahead and knock Micah out the box.
Give it up. All right, Pete. What are you thinking about? Where are we? Where are we going? And what is our plans? You got the floor, brother.
And Chip nailed it right there. And the plan is this is what I feel like. This is what Jerry. I mean, we can go back. I don't know how many years. Um, Dak deal should have been done last year. CD's deal should have been. You knew this was coming, but why are you waiting to the last minute? And today I sat there and I'm just like, man, because we're talking about this all season, probably all up until beginning of preseason before a deal gets done with anybody. And if all those guys are done last year, what are we probably talking about today? Probably just the Parsons Malik thing. That's it. So this is just, like I said, just part of Jerry's deals, and it keeps like it just seems like he just cares about the news and winning these days, and it's a sad thing to see. Lamb's not going to get traded. There's not a backup plan there. You don't have there's not a number. He's going to play every card in his book to get his contract. That's it's what players do. That stuff's going to get out there, and Jerry's Jerry's loving this right now, and that brings me to my point of people that don't like McCarthy, of people that don't like Dak. Look at you're seeing what they have to deal with on day in and day out with this front office and Jerry Jones. What they have to deal with, what they have to overcome every time, and for them to at least perform like they have. I know the postseason's not where we want it to be, but for them to go in and work and overcome all this stuff that they have to deal with, that's can you tell me what we're talking about Kansas City? If anything's going on in Kansas City? Does anybody know anything going on in Kansas City? No.
Nothing.
Quiet. They're winning championships.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and here's the deal too. Now, I'm going to defend Jerry on this part when they said that Mike McCarthy was upset because he went against Mike McCarthy. I mean, Jerry. Yeah, Mike McCarthy is upset with Jerry because Jerry went against his wishes as far as the defensive coordinator. Now, I'm gonna say this: Jerry had every right to go against Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy brought in Mike Nolan. And we know what that debacle was about. So we're not going to sit here and say that Mike McCarthy is upset with Jerry. Jerry gave Mike McCarthy an opportunity to bring in a defensive coordinator, and it hurt us. So I just wanted to say that part there. But Fleabug, here's my problem: is it's like we wait so late every year. We wait so late. Why can't we just put things in place and move on and get ready for training camp? It's always, every year we're dragging something out. We're dragging it along, and we still don't get it done until the last minute. So, how are you feeling about where we are and this whole situation that's going on right now?
Okay, so I don't think that we're going to trade CD Lamb. I truly believe that due to the fact that Justin Jefferson has agreed to his contract, that was what CD Lamb was waiting on. And I really feel that now that that has happened, he's not. I mean, that's other people saying he wants to be traded. He may be traded. CD hasn't said anything. He's basically just been quiet, crickets, basically. So I think that he had his best year last year. So he had. Yes, I'm going to bring up stats. He had a 135. He led the NFL in receptions with 135 while racking up 1,749 yards and 12 touchdowns. Lamb, who added 2 rushing touchdowns, earned the first team All Pro honors and was named to the third Pro Bowl of his career. So with all that being said, whatever, stop. With all of that being said, I just don't see him leaving the Cowboys. I just think that he was waiting to see what the other people were going to get as far as contracts are concerned, and now he has more to negotiate with. So I think he knows what the amount is that he wants, and he was waiting for the right time. I just hope that everything happens before training camp. And that's, he just basically, they have a couple of weeks to get this deal made because training camp starts on July 23rd. So I'm hoping by then and their first training camp practice is on the 25th. So I'm hoping by then we'll have signed something.
So this question, we'll give it up for Fleabug. Boy, see, y'all hear that? I think she wrote that down. I don't know. It sounds like she wrote it down and she was just been waiting to get that out of there. But anyway, big up to Fleabug. So this is to you, Chip. So Chip, why are they waiting to? Now you came up with a great blueprint. A blueprint that you just threw out there about signing Dak. You ain't going to CD, and then you got Michael. Why haven't they went that route yet as of yet?
I look at it so many different ways, and number one, just the legend of Jerry Jones. Does Jerry Jones want the headlines? Is he searching for the headlines? Is he just lurking to strike at the right time with the perfect deal so that he could get some more press? Is it all about press? So number one, I'm thinking, is it about press? But number two, I don't know. Are we putting the pressure on the player? They didn't pay Dak last time at all. He had to go out there and prove himself. I really hope they don't do that now. I know a lot of people are ready to get rid of that. And so many times I want to just pause on that, because men lie, numbers lie. The men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Jay-Z said it, right? And so if you look at his stats, he has done something to earn him another contract. Besides that, you have got to sign CD. How do you not sign CD, who is still young, still fresh, showing signs every single year? His stats are continuously climbing. Go ahead and give him 30-something mil, please, right away. Get this kid happy. And the reason I say that is because I went down when we played the Chargers. I went out there to LA. And I happened to be walking out of the stadium, and there was C.D. Lamb's mother and father. And I had on my white 88s. And he said, "You wearing my son's jersey?" I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, but Dak need to throw him the blankety blank ball." I said,
Dang.
it's
Did
like
he say that? That the dad said that?
Daddy said that right away. Daddy
Oh,
said he
wow.
need to feed my son the ball. We noticed shortly thereafter that he started getting that ball, and you saw the success. And so, same thing when Dak started getting some chemistry with Amari Cooper when he was uh, on the team. Amari stats goes up, Dak's stats goes up. The team begins to go further. Solidify this young man who apparently he's disgruntled. If his father would speak to a person he never saw with his son's jersey on and say, "Get my kid the ball," well, we get your kid the ball and we win. Well, Jerry Jones, if we win when we get the kid 88 the ball, give 88 the money.
Good one. That's so true. That's so true. And it could be that he's doing the squeeze play. He's going to probably wait right before training camp and maybe go the route that you're saying. Just get all three of them done. But um it's just it has yet to be. I don't know why we have to drag it out for so long. Again, maybe it is for media. I mean, we understand. We know who we are. We know that we are a $9.2 billion franchise. I mean, it's not going to go away. But to continue to bring out this soap opera every year is something that's going on that we can't come to agreement with, or we can't come to grips with, and we drag it out. And it seems like it costs us more than it helps us half the time. So with that being said, here's the next topic here, and this is what some people are looking at. So some are saying that this is something that was reported. Said if Lance proves to be a capable starter and shows flashes of brilliance, it puts the Cowboys in a tough spot. As the saying goes, no one is more popular than the backup quarterback. If the Cowboys struggle during the season, there could be calls to hand the offense over to Lance and bench the 2023 NFL MVP runner-up. If the Cowboys fail to make a run in the conference championship, how can you justify making Prescott the highest paid player in the league when he's shown how far he can take the team time and time again? In the end, if Lance can excel with the opportunity he is given in the preseason, it could make the Cowboys' decision a little easier. This is a situation Cowboys put themselves in by playing the waiting game with Prescott deal. Whoa. All right, Pete, we're gonna start with you. What do you think about that article?
I mean, it's nothing new. We've heard it all year long, all off season long. I think since the playoff loss, we've been hearing this. And like I said, I like Lance. He has all the physical tools. He has the arm. He has you know the size. He has all that. Uh, I believe they said the same thing about a quarterback named Jay Cutler, Jeff George. All these guys, strong arms. It's what's up here though. That's where we have to see if he has it is up here. And he's going into this preseason with a chance to win the number 2 spot. So I'm not talking about him beating out Dak. I'm talking about him beating out Cooper Rush first, and
Yeah.
then we'll go
All
from
right.
there. Because we just saw him in San Francisco under the same offense. Yes, he was coming back from injury, but he couldn't beat out Sam Darnold, which Sam Darnold's not even there anymore. And I can understand them probably just not wanting him to be the backup, being a high pick as well too. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't like I said, and we got to remember how Dak got his job, right? Remember, is Romo
Yep.
went down, and I don't want injuries to happen, but it's just part of the sport, and we want the best guy behind him that can propel us. So if he happens to be the best guy to be the second guy, that's fine. And like I said, he's what 23, 24 years old. Let's say Dak even just played 3 more years for us. By the time he gets a shot, he'll still only be 27. He still can play a lot of years for us and be the future of this team. So I don't have a problem just having him wait. Uh, but like I said, I'm with Chip. I think Dak's our guy, and with him going into the season with all the term, with everything we're hearing, all the noise we're hearing, and I've said it the last time, with him under center, I feel confident in this team to get to that postseason part for us, and then we'll see from there. But he gives me the confidence for this team to be able to make a run. That he's the reason why.
Okay. All right. Give it up for Pete. So, we're gonna ask this individual. I want to know what she thinks because you know,
Oh
this is
my God.
this is something that we hear all the time about the Trey Lance and the Dak Prescott situation. So it's going to continue to come up, and people have their opinion. I have no problem of way a person thinks and what their opinions are and what they think is best for the Cowboys. That's fine, and that's exactly what Jerry Jones wants us to do. So here we are. We're writing about it. We're talking about it. We're hearing about it. So Fleabug, what is your take with this situation of Trey Lance and this article?
And I'm laughing because anybody who watches our show on a regular knows that I am a huge Cowboy fan, but I am not a huge Dak Prescott fan. But with that, but with that being said, I want to see what Trey Lance is going to do in the preseason. I think that they should give him a chance to play in the scrimmage games, which I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know. I just feel like Dak has been given plenty of chances to get us over the hump, and he hasn't. So at this point, I would love for them to give Trey Lance a chance to see what he can do, and that's just it. I want them to give Trey Lance a chance to see what he can do. Point blank, period. No long drawn out talk about it. Just put him out on the field and see what he can do.
All right, Chip, come on in, man. What's on your mind? Let us know what's going on, my man.
I had to introduce the Cowboys cowbell on that one. Had to get them with the Cowboys cowboy bell. Fleabug, Lord knows I love you and appreciate you so very much. But we got to let the young gunner Trey Lance just sit down for a minute.
Why?
You have the ingredients right now. You have the ingredients right now to go ahead and grab yourself a Super Bowl. Yes, a Super
Oh mercy.
Bowl.
Oh mercy. How many times have we said that?
Right now. Don't mess up the chemistry. No. Now, if he come in training camp and do a Dak like Dak did Romo, okay, God bless you. But I don't think this going to happen. Dak is solidified, knows the language of the offense, knows the cadence, everybody's together. Trey Lance, to me, I hope you don't get mad at me, Fleabug, but Trey Lance, to me, is trade bait. That's the way I see it.
Okay, but this is my thing. You just said that Dak has all this the stuff to get us to get us a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay, and how long has he had all of this to get us a Super Bowl? And how many Super Bowls have we gotten?
Now, how
How
much was
many?
it on coaching? How much was it on coaching? How much of it was on defense?
Okay.
Just a few short years ago, we saw Ray Lewis and a team full of Ravens with a quarterback that can't put up more than 14 points a game. Go get themselves a chip. Go get themselves a ring. Go get themselves a Lombardi. Dak has what it takes. But give me somebody that can help me get it over the hump. Because a few short years ago, we got rid of Amari Cooper and we played wide receiver by committee. A shameful, an awful thing you did to Dak Prescott and that you did to CeeDee Lamb, right? Because he had no other options there. We got everything now to go get it. I don't want to investigate on nothing new. Okay, if you want Trey Lance, sign him. Let's wait till next year. Let Dak play this year out. I think he's earned it, more than earned it. Give it the ball to Dak. Solidify him with some players, pieces around him. Let's go get it done.
I
Now,
feel like he's had that all this time, all these several years. Even after, I mean, I feel like they should have actually made it to the Super Bowl last year, and we lost in the first round. The year before that, we lost in the first round. I
but
just feel,
Fleet,
and all I'm saying, I'm not saying let him. I'm not saying let Trey Lance play in the regular season. I said let him play in the preseason
I'm
to
with
see
He
what
that.
he can
will.
do.
He
Yeah,
He
will
and
will.
and
because
He will.
and
He
let
will.
his and let and if the thing is if he plays good, then maybe you should let him play in a game or two and see what goes. I mean, my thing is just give him a chance. That's all I'm saying.
Fleet,
Don't
but
let
I
him
gotta
sit
put on my
because you
kid
feel
game
like
shades for this.
I just
I
say
gotta put
don't
my
sit him
kid
down
game
just
shades
because.
on.
Okay,
No, I get what you're
I
saying, Flea, but like, I get what you're saying.
allow that
You're right.
Prescott to go. You got to let him go, right? Now, a lot of stuff we had going on. Uh, the number
you cut out.
us that Mike Nolan and that defense did nothing for us. Had we had some defense last year, had we had some defense a few years ago, that could have went a little further with the opportunities that he had. But when people are running up the middle for 200 yards a clip a game on the Cowboys, how much can Dak Prescott do? What can he do?
well, so here's the question then. Could it be do we not have the money to to um give Dak? Could that be a problem, or is it that Jerry and you know what? And I'm gonna say this because I said this on Monday Night Mic'd Up. I really think we have to ask ourselves this: who is actually making the calls when it comes to the finances? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I said this on Monday Night Mic'd Up. I said I remember the time when Jerry would go out and make big splash plays. He would go out and buy players. This past season, I have no idea what happened. And going into this season, I don't even know what's going on. So this is not a Jerry Jones. I don't think it's a Jerry Jones thing. I think it's more of a Stephen Jones and Will McClay thing. It has to be because we actually did absolutely nothing. Now, Jerry said he was all in, but Stephen and Will McClay said, I beg to differ. So again, Jerry had plans. We're all in, but Stephen and Will McClay got his hands handcuffed. So we have to ask ourselves who is making the calls when it comes to making the deals.
Yeah, and you're right, G. And like I said, we've said before, we think it's Steven because just the way he's changed. You could go back to a comment they said. Remember when the Rams went all in on Matthew Stafford? They made a trade. They went all in, and they were going to be in cap hell the next year. That's what they said, right? And then they won a championship. They came back and asked Steven. He goes, are you gonna thinking about doing this the way the Rams did? And he just said, well, I don't think that's sustainable, to win championships like that. Well, they had one bad year and they're right back in the mix again.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. And like I said, like Chip said, if you sign that to that extension, you free up money before the free agency. Like Flea Bug, right? You said this was our best chance this year, right? You thought this was our best chance. We all thought that. We had the red carpet rolled out, home game, hadn't lost a home game, all that. Well, you just didn't do nothing to capitalize on that. You did nothing to capitalize on that to try to propel your team for the next season. Even if you can go back and and this could be the deal. Like G said, it could be the deal where hey, we're gonna let Dak play out the year. And they're gonna let Trey play it in preseason. He's gonna get his opportunity because he's fighting for the number 2 spot. That's what's gonna happen. So he's gonna get his opportunity. But is this their thinking like, oh, okay, we're gonna let Dak play out the final year, and then we're gonna, go with Trey? We don't know that. Me personally, I think he's gonna get an extension. That's me personally. I think it's gonna happen. But it's just like I said, they had their opportunities to do this, and to come back on Dak is like last year. There's like, oh, he's one and done, or he can't win in the playoffs. Which opponent do you think was harder? The Tampa Bay on the road against Tom Brady, Mike Evans, all those guys, or this young Green Bay team? Which opponent would you think you would be more nervous playing the postseason?
Of course, it'd be Tampa Bay.
Exactly. And what did they do in that game? Dak had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions on the road. So this narrative that he can't do it, we've seen him, he can do it. But there's always something in the postseason that happens to teams. You need a bounce. Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl. How many times were the 49ers in that red zone and did not score touchdowns due to that Chiefs defense stopping them? Patrick Mahomes threw an interception after halftime. The 49ers could have put that game away, held to field goals, held to punts. It's a team effort. You got to have it. And I can go back. I can continue to go on. You want more? The 49ers first postseason game. Trayvon Diggs never drops an interception, right? Drops an interception in the end zone. The only touchdown scored in that game by the 49ers was after that dropped interception by Diggs. You can point out anything. It's a game of inches. It's a game, so anything can happen in these games, but that's just my opinion on it. And like I said, I'm with Chip. That gives us the best chance this year.
Okay, so so I guess we all have pled our case. And so with that being said, we're starting with you, Chip. So what is it that you want to see? I mean, what is it that you want to see from this Cowboy team going into training camp and to preseason? What is it that you're looking for?
I want some contracts. Let's go ahead and shut me up, shut the mass media up. Let's put the chips in and say we're all in, right? You said that, Jerry. We're all out. What are we going to do? I want the Cowboys football team to say, I'm behind CeeDee Lamb. I want the Cowboys football team to say, I'm behind Micah Parsons. I'm behind Dak. All right, Dak, play this year out. But I want you to do something before camp in the realm of contract signing or not. And I want you to say it. Don't allow us to allow stuff to just run around in our heads. You know what I mean? Beat ourselves. We're beating everything. Make a move, Cowboys. Make a move. That's before football. I want some administrative stuff done. Sign a contract.
Oh, that's a good one. Give it up. That's a good one. Fleabug, going into this training camp and to preseason, what is it that you want to see or hear with our Dallas Cowboys? What is it that you want to hear and see?
Basically what Chip said, because without contracts being signed, we're still. My thing is that everything is up in the air until contracts are signed, and that's not a good look for the Cowboys. Period. It's not a good look. And if the players are missing so much of training camp because they haven't signed a contract, that just makes it even worse. So, like Chip said, contracts have got to be signed so the players can participate full, 100% in training camp. And if it goes weeks like even a week without signing a contract, that they missed a week of training camp. That's not good for the Cowboys. It's just not. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. And if we don't know who's going to be like, my thing is everybody. I mean, I keep saying that CD's not going to be traded, but I mean, without a contract, anything could happen. Anything could happen if there's no contract.
So this is CD's 4th year, right? I believe this is CD's 4th year.
4th year, yeah.
Yeah. So he wants to go ahead and get the extension now. Which again, the longer the Cowboys wait, the more it's going to hurt.
Yes.
The more it's going to hurt. Because we've seen now we're looking at the quarterback from Jacksonville. He doesn't got paid, right, Chip?
You giving Trey, what is his name?
Trevor Lawrence.
You giving Trevor Lawrence, Luke. Come on, somebody.
So you don't have to give Dak so much money, but if you keep stalling and watching all these other quarterbacks get signed, that only drives up his price. So what are we waiting on? Same thing with the receiver. You waited on CD. Justin Jefferson came in here and got this huge contract. Guess what CD did? Okay. What do you think Micah is doing? Micah is doing the same thing. Micah's like, I'm not worried, because longer y'all keep waiting on me, the higher my price go. Now, why no one in the front office has realized that? Or maybe they have. Maybe Dallas have gotten themselves in a jam to where they allowed these 3 free agents in a position to where they got to make a choice. So, Pete, with that being said, what are you thinking with this front office and the team and the organization overall?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and I give the front office, they've done an F with contracts from, I can go back, I don't know how long we can go back. And Fleabug hit it on the head with the stats with CD. He's putting up these numbers in the middle of the season. Why are you not giving him his contract in the middle of the season? You might get away with giving him $30 million a year, and he's the first receiver to get done. But you're waiting. His price goes up. Same thing with that. Micah, we don't know if they're going to pay him as an edge rusher or linebacker. But, that's going to be, and I guarantee you, we're going to be sitting here in the same boat with Micah Parsons too. We're going to be sitting here in the same boat with this front office, the way they're doing things. And, it's a sad thing, but like you said, I believe though the CD's deal will get done. It's going to be dramatic fashion like Jerry likes, and it hurts us. Like Fleabug said, it hit it right on there. You're missing these practices. This is where we build this championship team. You're trying to put things together, and you're allowing him just to miss all this time. And he may have the chemistry with Dak. I get that, understand that, but we see it all the time, right? We see hamstrings. We see all these when these guys just miss so much time. They don't get the conditioning done. And we're already limited on practices as it is. And it hurts us. And it's, like I said, I'm agree with everybody. Get the contracts done and let's get it rolling, man.
All right. All right, Cowboy family. Y'all have heard it first from some of the best and some of the most loyal Cowboy fans out there. So give a big shout out to Fleabug, PR Cowboys, and Chip Game Sports TV. Give them up. This is what we do. I mean, this is what we do. We're fanatics about our Dallas Cowboys, and this is where we come together in the Cowboy huddle and talk Cowboy talk. So with that being said, we want to say thank you, and we want to know what you think. So you get a chance, go to the comments and voice your opinion about these Cowboys and what direction should we be taking, because again, we're still playing this waiting game, and this waiting game is costing Dallas more money. And who is making the decision? Is it Jerry? Is it Steven? Is it Will? Whoever it is hurting us more than it's helping us. So with that being said, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell that you too will be notified when the next video is posted. Again, like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys. Deuces, we out.